Hey guys, Marissa at kitchentablestamper.com. I'm back with part 2 of 3 of my shameless bribe. I've got a series of videos for you featuring the Delicate Dahlias stamp set. This is free with a $100 order from Stampin' Up during Celebration. You could only get this through the end of the month while supplies last. And we are making 3 projects with the Delicate Dahlias stamp set. And if you use this host code and order $100 between now and Tuesday, September 28th, I will send you a make and take for the 3 projects that you see here. So this is the one that we're going to do today. It's a cute little envelope bag. I learned this from Janet Casey in the Craft Social. If you don't know about the Craft Social, check it out. The link is below the video. And this is our project. Now, if you missed this Funful Delicate Dahlias card from Friday, I suggest you check it out. Again, the link is below the video. Our last project in this series is this gorgeous Thank You Kindly card. And let's get started with project number 2 of 3. And I will link all these videos together. Now, this adorable little gift bag is a Stampin' Up medium envelope. I know, surprising, fun, really exciting. You've got envelopes on hand, I'm sure. So let me show you how easy this is to make. We're going to start out with a white medium envelope and our Simply Score tool. We're going to score this envelope at 3/4 of an inch on both sides on all 3 directions. All right, so we've gone 3/4 of an inch rotated, 3/4 of an inch rotated, and 3/4 of an inch, right? Now we want to do that on the opposite side also, just to make our folding a little bit easier. So 3/4 of an inch, rotate, 3/4 of an inch, rotate, 3/4 of an inch. Now, you'll see that we did not do any scoring across the top, the flap side of the envelope. All right, now I'm going to line up the corner of my envelope. I'm just using the 5.5 inch line. You can use any line. And the point, and we're going to score a line to make our folding a little bit easier here from point to corner. Okay, we're going to do the same thing in this one. So we're going to line those up, and you kind of have to visualize where the corner lines up on the line. You can feel for it. And then from point to corner. So there's our scoring for this little bag. So cute. Let's get a bone folder. We're going to work the scores. So I'm going to fold these, and I'm going to fold them both ways, just like we scored on both sides. I'm going to fold them both ways. We really just kind of want to make this envelope ready to go in the shape that we want it to go. All right. Don't give yourself a paper cut on that flap. I almost did. All right, then this corner, we can work this little score here. So from the point to the corner, and you see I'm just kind of standing it on edge and working that crease. It'll help you if you work that crease first. And same thing here, from the point to the corner, grab that score line. And once you've got a nice tight corner, then you can just kind of stand it on edge and press with your bone folder. All right, so this is what we're looking for here. Wild, right? Now you're going to pop open your envelope, and you're going to turn this so that it looks kind of like a cat. All right, so you're going to press down. You see what I'm doing here? And then out to this corner. And now we've got a little kitty ear. See? It's starting to look a little bit like a kitty. Now press out from the center. And there. Now see? It's like Batman maybe, or a little kitty. That's what you want. Got a little tear and tape, and we're going to put that right on each of these flaps. You can do liquid glue here too, but then you have to hold it until it grabs, and so that takes just a little bit longer. I did liquid glue on my first sample because I could sit there and hold it for a few seconds until it grabbed, but for video purpose, I want to have it secure instantly, so tear and tape for that. You can use the CL Plus adhesive too if you like it, or Fast Fuse. If you have Fast Fuse left, you just want something that's going to give you a strong bond. All right, so we're going to remove the liner from our little tabs here, our little cat ears. And then you also want to fold up any excess. So if your adhesive ran past, fold it up so it's nice and tidy. You don't want a sticky bottom of your bag. And then here, you're going to just fold this in, let it grab, fold this one in, let it grab, and then you can burnish with your bone folder from the inside of the bag. So now you've got this cute little bag. Isn't that great? All right, this is going to gusset. So you want to fold that in. This one right here is going to gusset. So this center fold goes in. And now, at this point, we're going to take some liquid glue and we're going to glue these little tabs right here. We're going to glue them right down. And then we can work this with a bone folder and burnish. Same on this side. Little adhesive here. And then we can burnish that fold and the glue. Now we've got those really cute little envelope pouch. Isn't that great? I love this so much. So there's our bag. I'm going to go and get my Velcro and we'll add a little Velcro tab. So do you see this? This is our bag. Has a little Velcro closer. Let me show you what it fits inside. So it's little, but it sure does hold a lot. I've got 2 little bags of fun size M&Ms, and then there's also a little gift card in here. So it's great for gift card giving. Let me get those, and we're gonna now add our little Velcro closer. All right, so this is the Velcro that I've got. I got it on Amazon. I'll give you a link to the one I purchased. It is thin, clear fasteners. Oh, I've got a couple of packs open. Isn't that crazy? 56 circles. They're 3/8 of an inch, and they're just general purpose, low profile fasteners. What I like to do when I get these little guys, they're going to come in 4 sheets. So you got 2 soft ones and 2 crunchy ones. Let me see if these 2 are. Okay, so what I like to do with them is I like to take the rough ones and the smooth ones and line them up. So now I've got a pair. I got a lot of pairs. I love this stuff. And then when it's all lined up, you've got the hook and the loop part. And you'll cut off one of the little pairs. And just snip between, cut them off. And now they're going to be ready to peel and stick. I like to make sure that I put the soft one to pull away from the rough one. So I want the rough one, these were already a pair. I want the rough one on the inside of the bag, and I want the smooth one or the soft one on the inside of the flap. So I'm going to peel. Now my rough one is sticky. I'm going to position it where I want it, kind of centered, about 1/4 of an inch, 1/2 an inch down. Then I'm going to remove the release, and now my soft one is sticky. I'm going to close the bag and burnish. Now you got a little Velcro closed gift bag. Adorable, right? All right, now let's dress up the flap. This is 4 1/4 by 2 3/8 designer series paper from the Beautifully Penned. And what we're gonna do here is add multi-purpose liquid glue to the flap of our bag. And we wanna spread it kind of to the edge here. Otherwise, when you pull it, you might have a bit of a separation. And just a thin layer, use the nozzle of the bottle to spread it around. Now we're gonna add the designer series paper right along the folds of the envelope. And you can close close it up and make sure that it's all the way up to the edge, or close it part way even. When you got it, you'll burnish it. Just really securing the paper with the adhesive and covering the entire flap. Now from the back side, you'll be able to trim the excess and preserve that cute little curve of the envelope flap. So just cut right along the edge of your envelope and trim your designer series paper from the back side. Super cute, right? There it is. I love it. All right, now let's do some stamping. We'll set aside our envelope for a minute here. Got my Stampin' Pierce mat and Memento Tuxedo black ink, garden green, real red, and I've got some cherry cobbler too. Got basic white cardstock here, and I went ahead and did 2 of my leaves ahead of time. All right, so these are stamped with garden green. We're going to just stamp 1 of the 3 that you need. And then the distinctive fill is going to be 3rd generation. So ink with garden green, stamp, stamp. On the 3rd stamp, we'll fill in the leaf. Okay. And then our beautiful dahlia is real red. We'll start with the outline. Now for a great tip on lining this up easily, check out my first video on this series where we made the fun fold card. Okay, real red outline. And then the distinctive fill for our 2-step, that's real red. And we're going to stamp off and then stamp this one 2nd generation. And you'll notice that all I have to do is bring my stamp to and do a little bit of tweaking to line it up just perfect. I knew exactly where I was going with that image. I didn't have to go round and round the mulberry bush trying to figure out where it lined up. Did you see that? You know, have you ever been like, oh, how does this thing line up? Check out the first video linked below for a great tip on how to save yourself that trouble. All right, next we need one of these little flowers from Delicate Dahlia. I love this. And this little flower will stand by itself. It is a beautiful little bloom. There are great cards all over the internet made with this little bloom in all kinds of colors. All right, cherry cobbler outline, stamp off, and then cherry cobbler fill. Now I gotta cut these pieces out, but I'm just gonna set them aside for a minute. And while we've got the ink pads out, I'm gonna stamp the greeting. The greetings in this Delicate Dahlias stamp set are so cute. If you haven't, taken notice, we're gonna use the Oh So Happy for you. Look at how adorable that is. But the greetings like, thank you kindly, and you inspire me, or sending heartfelt sympathy are really fun and useful greetings, especially with a floral like this. All right, so our tag is this cute little guy from the Pretty Pillow Box die set. This is what that die set looks like. I haven't used the pillow box yet at all. I'm sure it's adorable, but this tag that we're using today, this one that we used yesterday, and this little guy right here have been worth their weight in gold. I use these peripheral pieces constantly. All right, then we've got Oh So Happy for you. We're gonna stamp that in Memento, a little bit low of center because we're gonna add a reinforcer around the hole in our tag. We're gonna use the tailor-made tags reinforcers to decorate this tag also. So I got a little black one, and I cut that using these little reinforcers for the tailor-made tags dies. So once we glue that little guy on there, a little bit low of center helps. I'm going to use a little multi-purpose liquid glue and just do that while we're right here. All right, so glue that on so I don't lose it. And let me set the ink pad, the Stampin' Pierce mat aside, and I'm going to cut out my dahlia leaf and bloom. All right, I'm back with my beautiful florals. Aren't they? Oh, they're just so gorgeous. All right, before we get to adhering them to the bag, let's put a little gingham ribbon in our tag. I've got some of this black and white gingham ribbon. It is currently on stop sale, but the ETA is the week of October 4th. So hopefully it'll be back soon. Just the best ribbon. I personally have been through, I don't know, maybe 4 spools of it. So I know it's a hot seller, and it will be back if you're waiting for it. Hopefully, well, by the time you see this video, hopefully next week. All right, so let's get this little guy all embellished up with some of that great ribbon and trim away from the spool, clean up the end. I love it. Let's bring our sample back in here. And then, so we've got our little dahlia. I'm gonna put it on the bag with some black Stampin' Dimensionals. I love these black Stampin' Dimensional combo packs. They make me so excited, especially with this black and white and the beautifully penned designer series paper, or at Halloween time. Any real elegant project that you're doing with a black and white motif is going to benefit and look even more clean and elegant with these black Stampin' Dimensionals. I'm going to put the little edges here in kind of a triangle to support my flower. I put it on the flap of the bag instead of on the flower because if you put it too low on the flower, you go to stick it to the bag and the adhesive is too low, you'll close your bag, glue your bag closed. So on the flap, not on the flower. And then we're going to put this little flower, let's see here, I think I want it to be kind of longish. So I'll go like that. It's going to kind of flow past the flap, see? So if you had your dimensionals down too low, you would have glued your bag closed. All right, now leaves. I'm going to do the same kind of idea with the leaf. I'm going to glue it to the flap with the adhesive on the flap instead of on the leaf, except for this first one, because this first one right here is going to go on with liquid glue, and it's going to be entirely on the flap of the bag. So liquid glue, and then you can glue this one down. See, now for the other 2 leaves, you're going to dry fit where you want the leaf to be. And then once you've got kind of what you're looking for, you can grab a little dimensional, lift your leaf, put the dimensional on the bag. Now you know that the bag's not going to get glued closed because you put the adhesive in the wrong place on the leaf. If you want to, you can go back then and reinforce with another one. So on this leaf, I'm going to put a little half dimensional and just reinforce that. All right, same thing with this guy. Let's get this one on the bag with some dimensional adhesive. Cute little leaves, right? Now our tag, we can add that one. I'm gonna put a little dimensional right on the back top of my tag. Oh, I forgot my accent. Ay, 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 wait a second. Hold on. I had another one right here. I got a black tag so that we have some contrast between the white bag and the white tag. Let's just glue those together real quick. I can't believe I forgot my accent tag. It was sitting right there. All right, so glue those together so it's got like a little mat. Cute, cute. Now we can add that with a black Stampin' Dimensional right up high. Oh, my cuteness. It's really coming together, isn't it? We got a little bit of die cutting to do. I'm gonna get some garden green cardstock. We're gonna do these great little sprig and leaves. Those come from the sunflower dies. So this has been around for over a year now, I think, maybe almost the better part of 2 years. So if you've got the sunflower set, these dies, the little sprig, and then kind of skeleton leaf, and then this double sprig are beautiful accent pieces to go with your delicate Dahlias stamp set. We're gonna cut one of these and 2 of these. Let me get some garden green in the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and we'll do those. Got a couple of garden green scraps, and for the little skeleton leaf, we're gonna add some adhesive right to the back of the cardstock scrap. That way these delicate little leaves will be peel and stick. Do you see how delicate those little leaves are? And if we make them peel and stick with the adhesive, it'll keep your bag nice and neat, no stray adhesive. So let's do that. I'm gonna take our adhesive paper from Stampin' Up. These are the adhesive sheets. We're gonna peel. This side is the release, this side is the sticky. I'm gonna add our scrap right to the sticky. Oh, I'm a little crooked. Oh wow. And then trim away from the sheet. Now this I'll cut away also, because that's just the release paper. And this is all good for another project. I keep just cutting away chunks as I need it. Now our garden green is self-adhesive. I don't want that to stick in my die cut machine, so let me get rid of that sticky strip. All right, let's grab that Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. I think this is the last two projects that I'm gonna make with these cutting plates. I use them until they are bowed and cracked and dead, and you'll see when I bring the top plate back in, mine is definitely cracked. It is served well. All right, so we got our little sprig and our leaf. Let's give that a crank. We're gonna have to do 2 passes to get 2 of these little self-adhesive leaves. So there's our little skeleton leaf. Don't worry about weeding it out. When you peel the adhesive back, it'll weed it out for you. So not only does it make it self-adhesive, but it also makes the weeding process of these delicate dies so much easier. Let me run one more. Okay, I'm back with my die cutting done. I'm gonna just pop the bottom 2 leaves off of this sprig, and I'm gonna glue this guy, not entirely, but leave the little ends just a little bit so that it'll look like it's organic, you know, kind of curling away from the flower a little bit, but not unsecure. Add the liquid glue, and then just slide that under in place. Glue it down, not the very ends. See? Let it look a little dimensional. Now our leaf, I've already peeled and one of them. That one's ready to stick. But I'm just going to run the side of my thumb along the paper, and then I'm going to roll the piece that I want away, and you'll see there it is, completely weeded for you. So no more die brushes or poking it out with a take your pick tool when you use these adhesive sheets. Add them onto your next order. You will not be sorry. All right, so we're going to lift the flap and kind of hover. I'm going to place my leaves so that they look nice peeking out from the flap. We're just kind of dry fitting them right now. When you like the way they look, then you can burnish them down on your bag. And I found the best way on my bag was to go from the inside with my fingers and the outside with my thumb and really get good adhesion. I'll do the same thing for the second one. All right, there's our little leaves. Now, the last cutout is this little bloom. We're gonna add that with a Stampin' Dimensional. I know, a dimensional inside and outside. This bag is crazy. Now, before we place it, we wanna cover the 2 ends of the leaves, but we also wanna make sure that it's a surprise when you open. So does the tag on the outside cover it entirely? It does. So now we'll burnish that one down. And there is our little gift bag. Oh, cute. Let's give it some sparkle. I've got some rhinestone basic gems here, and we're gonna put some on the inside of the bag and on the outside. You're gonna take your pick tool. I'm gonna put a large one and 2 small ones on the inside of our bag, and a large one, and a medium one and a small one on the outside of my bag. Isn't that cute? Just the sparkle that it needs. All right, if you've got any questions about the project, you can email marissa@kitchentablestamper.com. To get the beautiful class pack, the make and take packet for free, place your $100 order at marissaalvarez.stampinup.net, and I will send you a make and take packet to make a gift bag, a fun fold card, and this gorgeous thank you kindly card. All right, you guys, happy end of celebration. If there's anything I can do to help you stay crafty, email marissa@kitchentablestamper.com. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video where we'll make this thank you kindly card. See you next time. Bye, guys.